Today's episode was co-produced with the EPFL Entrepreneur Club, a new student association which promotes entrepreneurship on the EPFL campus through community building, entrepreneurship events, and services to startups. Over the next 5 weeks, we will be taking you on a journey through the Swiss Romandy to highlight the stories of students, researchers, and entrepreneurs, and find out more about all the exciting initiatives around the EPFL Lausanne.
I am so motivated in the morning when I get up and when I go to the infrastructure of the team to work with them, to share with them some moments.
Welcome to the Swisspreneur Show, a podcast about startup stories and hands-on learnings from experienced entrepreneurs. Here's your host, Sylvain.
Sébastien, a very warm welcome to the Swisspreneur Show. It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
So you are the founder and CTO at Swiss Solar Boat, and you follow your goal to design and build a boat able to represent a possible future of sailing. So first of all, we want to know what motivated you to start your initiative.
Okay, so actually it was a kind of long journey from here. So first I began the EPFL for the technology part and also for the interest for new technologies, foiling boat, etc. And I joined the previous project, which was called Hydro Contest during my second year of bachelor. So it has been a while. I have worked in Hydro Contest for 5 years, and now we have taken a decision approximately 2 years from now to found the Swiss Solar Boat project. So what motivated me is that I am maybe more interested in the techniques behind the development of such prototype than only the actual sailing, in my case, for the boat. So yeah, I'm really interested about all the techniques, the physics behind the concept.
Awesome. Are you actually also a sailor yourself? Do you also go out on the water often, and did that also play a role in your personal motivation to start?
It can be a bit weird, but actually no, because I've sailed the Boulder, so the famous regatta in the Lemon Lake, 3 or 4 times. But no, I'm not a really good sailor. I'm more interested about the techniques and the science behind the development of such composite structure or hydrodynamic studies than actually only the sail.
Makes sense. So the technical curiosity is really the driver for you in the Swiss Solar Boat. So what issue do you actually solve with your initiative? Is there anything that you saw in the market or in the world, basically in society, that you said, hey, this isn't working right, we want to solve and change this?
So I prefer to consider for myself more than an issue, but as a challenge. So we want to develop a prototype which goes in, we can say, 3 keywords. So the boat that we are developing has to go further, has to go faster, and with less energy. So yes, we are developing a composite structure made out of carbon, so carbon composite material. But with the solar energy, we bring also an environmental aspect to the sailing performance. So even if we have, as I said, built our boat from carbon, we believed that it will have a good life cycle and the boat will serve as well as a performance prototype, as a demonstration about what can be the future of a personal maritime transportation.
Awesome. Let's also talk about the team behind your initiative. So who else is part of your team and what experience do they actually bring to the table?
Okay, so one of the best parts of the Swiss Solar Boat project is that I'm working with my friends. So I said that I come from the Hydro Contest project, and as the time when we were doing the evolution from Hydro Contest to the Swiss Solar Boat project, I was president of the association, and I had the pleasure to work with my friends. And now in the Swiss Solar Boat project, I've received a lot of support from them, and nothing would have been possible also without them. So the Solar Boat project is organized by division. We have the aerodynamic division, the structural division, and the electronical division. And my closest friends are the division leaders. And they have experience from hydro context and from other projects. And it's a pleasure to work with them every day. And actually, I want to add that the members of the association have become more than simple colleagues, but also like a really motivated and united team.
Awesome. I think that's the best part, of working on your own initiative or project, to be able to do it with the people that you're also close with. It's just a lot of fun. That's fantastic. So let's also talk about the milestones. What milestones have you recently achieved with the Swiss Solar Boat?
Okay, so maybe just to explain the milestone, I have to explain the project. So the Swiss Solar Boat project is aimed to develop prototype boat, which is approximately 7 meters length, which is driven by pilots. And actually the boat is flying. So we have developed, and this is a common technique in the sailing domain, a technique which is called the foils. So the foils is like a wing for the plane, but in the case of the boat, it's a submarine wing. So it generates a lift which can make the boat fly above the water, in fact. And the boat is also only powered by solar panels, which charge electronic battery. So now I have maybe explained a bit the background. For now, the milestone. So we are working on the project since like 2 years. The first year was really on developing and designing the boat. Actually, we have made some iterations, absolutely, and now we are currently assembling the boat structure, and we are performing the final optimization of the last parts before the production. Because yes, we are designing and we are building the boat only by ourselves, and it's a big milestone. It requires a lot of time.
I can imagine. Well done. So
Thank you.
if you look about the challenges, to get there, what were or also will be from your perspective in the future the toughest challenges along this way that you have or had to solve so far?
I think I'll say the team management of a so big team, because the Swiss Solar Boat team is approximately composed by 60 to 70 members, and these members are really interdisciplinary. So I am working with some mechanical students, but also some students who come from the microtechnical domain, but also considering the background of EPFL, I'm working with some materials engineer too, and with electronical engineers. So the team management of so much different approaches and so much different minds actually is a bit challenging at every time. And also, as building the boat by our own, we have to learn all the development techniques of the boat parts, so which are composed by the hydrodynamic and structural studies, but also about their production. So we are not professionals, and we have to learn their techniques and develop our own experience based only about our like little student background. But it will be very rewarding when the boat will be on the water and when the boat will sail in front of us.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's already difficult and hard enough to actually put the solar mechanism in a boat, but you also have to take care of the whole boat and construction part. That's just a challenge on the next level that you're solving there.
Yeah, absolutely. Because during the contest, so the previous project, we were only developing the hulls design, and the electronical parts of the boat was maybe a bit given. So we didn't have to develop the battery or the motor or all these parts. But in the Swiss Solar Boat project, we have to develop everything from A to Z. So from the electronics to the solar panels, to the design of the hulls, to the structural analysis of the part, and finally, so we have to prepare a full test campaign to test all the components, to test all the designs, and after to optimize them.
Wow. Yep, that's a big challenge. So now let's also zoom out a bit. When we think about the Swiss Romandy, basically many of us think about the Lac Le Mans, right? And we actually also hopefully see more of your boats there soon. But I actually want to zoom out a bit and talk about the startup ecosystem in general. So from your perspective, what is the startup ecosystem doing well in the Romandy?
Okay, so I'm not sure about this question because I'm not sure that I have good understood it, but I will answer by my point of view. So actually, I have not a big experience in a startup ecosystem because I have done some internship, but it was more in the directly in the enterprise, so not startup. But a thing which I find very well in Switzerland is the challenge of the innovation. So with, for example, in Romandy, we have EPFL. We have also some engineering students in Yverdon and in Fribourg. So we have really a background of science, and with the Swiss innovation mind, we want to develop some techniques and some prototypes which push the limits of the technology, and we have maybe also environmental aspects, which is really important for us than maybe other part of the world.
And also from your perspective, I mean, there's no right or wrong, but from your perspective, what is still missing or could be improved in the startup ecosystem in the Romandy, but also in Switzerland in general?
Maybe at my site, I see, for example, the innovation park at EPFL, and I have no a lot of contact with them, but I'm glad to see that all the startups can gather in one place, can exchange, and can maybe discuss with others to improve their design and to improve their perspective. So maybe what is still missing or could be improved is a place where like a lot of startups can meet, exchange their experience, and move on with the background and the feedbacks of the others.
So now let's also look a bit into the future. What are your plans for you as a person, but of course also for the Swiss Solar Boat for the future? What do you have cooking or in the making, basically?
Okay, so for the Swiss Solar Boat project, the main goal is to finalize the assembly of the boat and to begin the test during the next semester. So I think we'll be ready at the beginning of April or the end of March. And for me, as an engineer, I am motivated and I am passionate about the foiling boats. So for me, one of my goals is to work on the very high-level performance boats, such as the America's Cup ones, or maybe for the actual background of the sailing competition, we have the Vendée Globe. So the boats are really amazing, and they embed so a lot of technologies, and I think I really would like to work in this environment and to push the innovation, to push the optimization of the structure, to push the optimization of the foils, to go like faster, further, and with less energy.
This is difficult to show in a podcast, but people who are listening to this, they should see the sparkle in your eyes. I think this really undermines the passion. You know, it shows the passion that you have for these boats and really changing something. That's just amazing.
Yeah, thank you. So actually, for now, it's kind of my life. So I am spending all my days at managing such projects. I am so motivated in the morning when I get up and when I go to the infrastructure of the team to work with them, to share with them some moments, to actually to learn some other aspects, to give them my experience, because I have worked in this kind of background since 5 years. I have made an internship in the composite domain between my bachelor and my master. So I just want to let them with some knowledge and some preparation for next year when I am finishing the EPFL, and then I am quitting my responsible place at the association team.
Now we also want to know a bit more about you as a person behind Swiss Solar Boat. So we have 3 rapid fire questions for you. The first one, what's a surprising fact that people don't know about you?
Maybe I have spoken a lot about my motivation and my passion for technologies and for science, to develop very accurate techniques and etc. But I love also another domain is photography. So I love to go to hike. I love to go to explore some mountains and take the shots I find very special. So photography is not always a domain where you have the control. So you have to wait for the right spot, for the right moment, and for the right setups that you have to prepare on your camera to take the shot you want. And it is not about control, but it's more about feelings. And yeah, so I love like take apart the techniques in these moments, but only focus on the feelings and the intuition.
And the next one, who do you admire the most?
I think for now and with my eyes, I really admire the sailors of the Vendée Globe. So they are spending so much time alone and always finding the performance. So, and they have to be able to perform some repairs during the sailing, and they have one goal is to reach the finish line as fast as possible. And yeah, so they are alone, they are motivated, they only keep in mind their objectives, and I think I find them very inspiring.
Awesome. And the last one for you today, what is one of the things you would put on your bucket list? I'm sure you have a good answer for that one too.
Yeah, so I'm really a fan about the north of Europe. So I really would like to explore the north of Norway, to see the northern lights, to take the photo I want about this background and this environment. But I think I have also 2 other things I really want to live. The first one is to admire the solar boat prototype foiling along our base at Ouchy, Lausanne, at the sunset, and a beer in my hand. And the second one is to maybe feel one time the feeling to be on a foiling boat with the oars which don't touch the water, and just feel what flying seems.
Sébastien, thank you so much for taking the time. We wish you and the Swiss Solar Boat team all the best for the future, and are very excited to hear and read more about your journey. All the best.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you for receiving me and for this interview.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, you can support us by rating our show on Apple Podcasts. This way, we can reach an ever-growing number of aspiring entrepreneurs.